How's it going, and welcome to Sorority Filmmaker. My name is Alex Rodriguez, and whether you're a complete beginner or an experienced pro, we're going to cover tons of information in the next 15 minutes that will help you create better sorority recruitment videos. And since I also don't like watching long videos, I'm going to move quickly and keep this packed full of information. The goal of this free training is to teach you my top 5 secrets for success. At the end, we'll dive into working for yourself and developing an entrepreneurial mindset. If you enjoy this free training and want to learn these steps that grew my business from scratch to making over $10K a year in college, stick around to the end for an exclusive discount. Sorority videos are unique because there is repeating and increasing demand for them every year. This demand comes from college kids using social media to gather information on Greek life. With over 5,500 chapters nationwide, sororities collectively spend millions to create eye-catching recruitment videos. To give you an idea, a recruitment video costs anywhere from $500 to $6,000 and only takes about 20 to 40 hours of work to complete. Depending on your efficiency, you can quickly start averaging over $100 per hour. And the great thing is that you don't need fancy lights or a camera crew or audio equipment. All you need is you and your camera. Now here's a little bit about my background. It's 5 years ago and I'm picking up a camera for the first time to film travel and lifestyle videos. As a freshman in college, I wanted to film my friend's sorority recruitment videos, but there was a problem. I had no idea where to begin and couldn't find anything on YouTube. So I set to work, and after 4 years, 15 recruitment videos, and hundreds of hours, I developed a system that enabled me to land out-of-state sororities and earn thousands of dollars in one down payment. With a full inbox, I now wanted to see if I could help others be successful, and so I mentored my good friend and helped him earn an incredible $2,000 in one semester as a first-time filmmaker. The messages asking for guidance and mentorship kept pouring in, and so I decided it was time to share this information. Over the past 3 months, I've poured hundreds of hours into scripting, filming, editing, and producing this comprehensive course to help you build a successful business in the sorority video market. So now with the market and backstory laid out, let's dive into the first secret for successful sorority videos, which is the rule of capturing in threes. One problem I often see is beginning videographers using repetitive shots throughout their videos. The solution is to apply the rule of capturing in threes, which says that for every scene, capture a wide, medium, and close-up shot. The first capture when arriving at a new location is the wide shot. The wide shot serves as an introduction and gives the viewer spatial context of the subject in the environment. Forgetting to film a wide shot creates a claustrophobic and disconnected feeling in your video. Capture the shot upon arriving to set the beginning of the story and introduce any important buildings, landscapes, or people. The second capture is the medium shot, which shows faces and interactions between the girls from the waist up. This introduces people and gives a better view of their expressions and body language. Medium shots should be used more than any other shot, since sorority videos are all about showing personality and interactions. The last capture is the close-up, which reveals fine detail that the viewer wouldn't be able to see from the other shots. An example would be bracelets on the wrist, a close-up of someone's face, or hands playing the piano. Close-ups should be used sparingly, but are useful to move the story along by providing extra detail when necessary. While getting these shots, it's also important to focus on capturing unique camera angles as well. Everyone experiences life from head height, and so when you see footage filmed from this level, there is nothing unique or intriguing. An easy way to solve this problem is to film from low angles, especially for the wide establishing shots. Gathering multiple angles allows for variety and flexibility in the editing process. Now moving on to the second secret for sorority videos, capturing genuine footage that shows genuine interactions. Capturing genuine footage is actually pretty challenging for a couple of reasons. First, most people aren't super comfortable in front of the camera, which can lead to awkward or shy footage. Next, many beginning videographers don't feel comfortable getting close up because they feel like they're intruding on the moment. Finally, it's difficult to create genuine moments when the entire recruitment video is staged. Thankfully, there are some great strategies to overcome these challenges so that you can boost the authenticity of your videos. First, focus on capturing faces. When you watch content with a lot of faces, your brain immediately begins to connect with the people on screen. It's part of the reason why an Instagram post with a face will get over 30% more likes on average. Quite often, I see videographers making the mistake of capturing back of the head shots, following the girls around from behind. Instead, lead the girls and walk backwards to capture their faces and interactions. Girls especially connect well with faces, so film as many as possible. Second, capture genuine laughter. When humans see others laughing and smiling, it's contagious and you're more likely to start smiling yourself. To turn cheesy fake laughter into a real, genuine laugh, keep your camera rolling for longer than normal and cue the girls to tell a funny joke. Laugh with them, and after a few seconds of awkward laughter, one of them will break into a real laugh and soon the others will follow. By keeping the camera rolling for a few extra seconds, you can capture the end of the clip where the true expression comes out. This is my most used trick to get genuine laughs and smiles. Lastly, plan ahead with props so the girls aren't just standing around. Props give purpose to the scene and will present genuine actions to film. Aim for at least one prop per scene to help drive the story forward. With good prop planning, you can turn a dull location where the girls are just standing around into an interesting story that gives purposeful footage to work with. The third secret for successful sorority videos will help you create better videos in the editing process and save time searching for clips. The problem when looking at your timeline is that every clip appears the same, and so it takes time to scrub through the sequence and find a specific shot. This also leads to a common problem, which is an edit where the footage feels out of place and doesn't flow. The secret is to color code your song and footage with labels that represent the amount of energy. Color each clip during the trimming process with yellow for slow shots, orange for building energy, and red for high action. To quickly label clips with a color, set up your keyboard shortcuts for Shift-Z, Shift-X, and Shift-C keys. To create keyboard shortcuts, navigate to the Premiere Pro menu, then to Preferences and Labels. Change the green, brown, and yellow labels at the bottom to red, orange, and yellow by clicking the color indicator and selecting the right color. Next, close out and go to the Premiere Pro menu and then to the keyboard shortcuts. In the command window, go to Application, Edit, Label, and find the labels you just created. After clicking on them, press Shift-Z and so on to assign a label to each different shortcut key. With that complete, you can then quickly label with the right energy level. While labeling, consider how the camera stabilizer affects the energy level. A smooth gimbal shot could be slow and yellow, but a handheld shot of the same scene could be energetic and red. Next, go through and label the song's energy as well by splitting the song and labeling the verse yellow, the build-up orange, and the drop red. Now that you're finished, the colors in your sequence represent the energy level throughout. This saves a ton of time when you start building your final sequence because you can quickly match colors. With this secret, you will save hours of work, create fluid videos, and make the whole thing click. The fourth secret for successful sorority videos is filming or photographing sorority bid day for free. This is a great way to get your foot in the door and start building a friendship with the sorority. It also gives you a chance to prove yourself and your skills. The free aspect is important because it engages reciprocity, which is a powerful psychological trigger. Reciprocity is the idea that when you receive something, you're more likely to give back in the future. By offering to make the sorority an awesome bid day video, they will be more likely to hire you for their entire video. Bid day is the first huge event for sororities when all of the new members join the chapter. The best time to reach out to sororities is about a month beforehand, which is June, July for Fall Rush, and November, December for Spring Rush. Get in contact with the recruitment chair since they're in charge of organizing the event. If you don't know who the recruitment chair is, ask someone in the house or reach out to the chapter's Instagram account. If the sorority hires you for photography, show up 10 minutes early and introduce yourself to the recruitment chair. Before the chaos starts, grab everyone's attention and let them know that you're there to take photos for everyone. Introducing yourself saves work because now the girls who want photos will seek you out. Switch your camera to AV mode, which prioritizes your aperture and fixes your f-value as low as possible to get professional looking photos. If you want to learn more about camera terminology, there's a whole section in the course covering the most important settings and properties. While shooting, keep your focal length between 35 to 50 millimeters, which is flattering on the face and also wide enough to capture groups of people. Capture a combination of posed photos, candids, and artistic shots of the decorations. Since bid day is one of the first photo opportunities for the semester, girls want to post as soon as possible. To prevent girls from getting impatient and posting lower quality iPhone photos, edit right after shooting for a quick turnaround time. Don't edit the photos too much though, since most of the girls prefer to use their own filters. Typically, I will only make basic adjustments, fixing exposure, reducing highlights, and boosting shadows. Finally, upload the photos to a sharing platform like Google Photos and send them to the sorority. If the sorority hires you for a video, again introduce yourself and bring a stabilizer to get smooth footage. Before the action starts, capture B-roll of the house and decorations. Once the girls show up, keep the camera rolling pretty much the whole time and move quickly from group to group. Capture as many faces, hugs, laughs, and smiles as possible while switching between close-up and wide shots for variety. One mistake I often see is beginning videographers timidly filming from the sidelines. Instead, get in the action. This creates a 10 times better video since the viewer feels like they're right in the center of the energy. When you're done, edit the footage to some upbeat music and then send the video to the recruitment chair to post on their social media. If you're just getting started or trying to land a job with a new sorority, filming bid day is one of the best secrets to land that job. The fifth secret for successful sorority videos is knowing what gear to use for cinematic footage. This is one of the most asked questions, and while you don't have to have a big budget to support a good gear collection, you do need to know what to look for. In the end, gear for sorority filmmakers comes down to three main categories: camera, lens, and stabilizer. The fact that you don't need elaborate lighting setups or audio recording systems to make a good recruitment video is one of the biggest perks of this market. Because of this, it's relatively inexpensive to get started. For cameras, find one that shoots 60 frames per second at 1080p. This means that your camera is taking 60 different images over the course of a second and stitching them into video, which can then be slowed down to create beautiful slow motion. Shooting at 60 frames per second is needed in order to slow your footage down to 50% speed and will add that dreamy feel that sororities want in their videos. With other camera features, obviously more is better, but most of your viewers won't be able to tell whether your camera is a full frame, has great dynamic range, or is using a logarithmic color profile. They will, however, notice the use of slow motion or the lack of it. For beginning camera, I suggest the Canon SL3 for great colors and slow motion capabilities. For lenses, the most important feature is the f value, also known as aperture. The larger the aperture, the smaller the f value and the blurrier the background. Using lenses with large apertures creates a cinematic feel since blurry backgrounds mimic Hollywood films. I suggest adding to your kit lens by purchasing a Canon 50mm f1.8 for flattering close-ups and soft backgrounds. I often see videographers making the mistake of using wide lenses to film recruitment videos. This is bad because wide angles deform and stretch the human face. Instead, the best lens to use is a standard lens like the Canon 24-70 for full frame or 18-55mm for crop sensors. The standard lens allows you to capture wide shots as well as close-ups and is in the range that looks very flattering on the human face. These are the golden lenses for any type of people-oriented video production. Lastly, knowing when and how to use different types of stabilizers will give you complete control over your footage. The camera serves as a portal that transports the viewer into the scene, and so the way it moves generates specific energy. In general, you will want to use an electronic gimbal for smooth and cinematic, handheld for personal and indie action, and a glide cam for floating and organic. When you're using an electronic gimbal, decrease the response speed so that the motion is smooth and responds gradually to your inputs. If your gimbal controls are too touchy, you will get jerky footage that's really hard to deal with in post. For a beginning gimbal, I recommend getting a DJI Ronin SC for cinematic and smooth movement. Again, the full course goes over all recommendations for camera, lens, and stabilizer setups, ranging from beginner to seasoned pro, and also describes each camera function in detail. With these 5 secrets, you will be able to increase the quality of your sorority videos and increase your booking rates. One good video leads to a full inbox, so be sure to pay attention to the details and work with the sorority to match their vision. Now let's move on to the final portion of this lesson, the importance of developing an entrepreneurial mindset early in life. Everyone romanticizes the idea of being financially independent. The truth is, this is pretty hard to do while working for someone else. You are limited by your hourly wage, and even a solid degree will only land you about $30 per hour after college. This is because you are replaceable. There are literally thousands of people out there who are willing to work hourly to do the same job. You begin to realize that the people making millions with true financial freedom are the ones with novel ideas, strategy, and execution. This is huge because you can apply this to your life right now. Even though not everyone can start a multi-million-dollar business in college, what they can do is start developing an entrepreneurial mindset that puts them ahead of the competition. That $30 per hour mentioned previously is nothing compared to what you could make by applying your own strategy, ideas, and vision to create a small business. With this particular market, you could be averaging well over $100 an hour while running your own videography company. Working for yourself is powerful because you now have the freedom to choose your hours, strategy, and vision. You are in control instead of someone else being in control over you. It's empowering because all of your actions have a direct impact on the amount of money you're able to earn. With an entrepreneurial mindset, life becomes a game that rewards determination and hard work. As you develop your entrepreneurial lens, you will begin to view the world in a completely different way, full of opportunity and potential. I really encourage you to take that leap, invest in education, and start down a path of working for yourself, whether it's a videography business or a particular niche that you've been thinking about. That wraps up the first free lesson in the Sorority Filmmaker course. The full course includes over 50 videos, totaling over 80 minutes of concise, information-packed content. Booking covers the 5 main strategies to land sorority jobs and the psychological sales techniques to sell them. Pricing discusses ways to increase your revenue, negotiate with the sororities, and differentiate yourself from the competition. Gear dives into what camera, lens, and stabilizer you should buy based on your budget and first-hand experience. And the second half guides you through every camera and lens setting and teaches you how to use your camera properly. Planning goes over the custom templates that I use to stay organized, the most important aspects to account for, and the ways to make sorority videos unique. Filming covers everything while shooting on location, from gathering establishing shots to setting up story arcs to directing large groups with confidence. Editing walks you through each step of my workflow and the time-saving hotkeys that I've created. I'll show you how to turn multiple hours of raw footage into a polished video in just one day. Lastly, you will get membership access to the exclusive Facebook community for Q&A, job posts, networking, and feedback from our talented creators. The information in this full course has enabled me to earn over $2,000 per sorority video, totaling upwards of $10,000 per year. And it's available to you at only $200 for the complete course. In addition to all the free information in this lesson, I'm also giving you a limited time 25% off discount so that you can begin today using the promo code sorority25 at checkout. With this one-time payment, you will get lifetime membership access to all of the content plus future uploads that I will be adding to the course. If you still have any questions, shoot me an email and I will do my best to help you out. Last of all, I wanted to wish you luck in your filmmaking path. The best recipe for success is to build connections, invest in yourself, and create awesome content. That's it for the free training. I hope you got value out of this. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something new. I'll see you guys in the full course.